Endicott trying to get back in their winning ways as Kyle Regan's opening drive kickoff is 49 yards, but it doesn't go very far for Maine Maritime as freshman Robert Williams comes up with a huge fumble recovery. Didn't really matter for Maine Maritime. So Endicott gets the ball down deep in Mariners' own territory. Drew Frenette, he had a nice afternoon. He's going to get his first opportunity here, but he hands it off to Jake Pelletier, who rushes in for an easy score. That put the Gulls up 7-0 in the first quarter. Well, Maine Maritime came into this game with the nation's #1 rushing attack, and here's a big reason why. Michael Fahey, 71-yard rush here. That's going to go in nearly for a score, but Jake Cox knocks it loose. The senior captain knocks the ball loose, one of another fumbles. Well, Drew Frenette back on offense here for the Gulls. He's had a nice season so far. He ended up being named the Offensive Player of the Week in the NFC. You see him rolling out to his right. He's got his favorite target so far in the season, the big Brett Agitzi, the senior, reeling it in for a 35-yard first down pass. Now Frenette working again. He's got a lot of options in this passing game this season. He ended up having 408 yards on the day. It's already 7-0 in the first quarter. This time, though, he airs this one out and finds his big tight end, Dimitri Skinsakos, 14-0 now. Endicott on top. Back to that Mariners rushing attack. This time, Jacob Doolin, 64 yards here as he gets beyond a couple Endicott defenders in the secondary, and he could go all the way, switches directions, gets the first down, then some, and decides I'm going to get the touchdown. Doolin, that was his big rush of the day. First of 2 touchdowns for Doolin. Back to Frenette. This time he's going to fake the handoff play action, going deep, looking for his big guy Brett Agitzi one more time, and he reels it in for another big 30-yard grab. Agitzi, he had a nice afternoon, 109 yards. Now in the second quarter, Frenette still on offense, this time deep into Mariners territory, dropping back, looking out to his right, and it's who else? Agitzi shakes through a couple of secondaries and into the end zone for another Endicott score. That put them up 21-7. Here's the Mariners, again, that rushing attack, James Farrar, 6 yards in, brings it in for a Mariners touchdown. 21-14 the score, still in the second quarter. Back to the Gulls here, still on offense. Nate Lewis, he's been a big target for Frenette. He gets a pass off the play action down that far sideline. Couldn't find the end zone this afternoon, but does bring it all the way down to the Mariners 5. Would set up Drew to keep that Gulls offense moving. With Spencer Walsh injured, Christian Martinez not performing. Lavante Wiggins got the nod from J.B. Wells, and Wiggins had a big afternoon, 132 yards. He gets a little 3-yard rush there. That gave him his only touchdown. Back to the Mariners. Jacob Doolin, again, 4 yards in. That brings it to 28-21. Still a close ball game here in the second quarter. Drew Frenette trying to keep Endicott ahead before halftime. Drops back to pass. He's got plenty of time. He looks for his guy, Nate Lewis. Once again, just couldn't find the green today in the end zone, but another big yard play. 30 yards for Lewis right there. With the Lewis grab, Kyle Regan is set up here for a 36-yard field goal. This would close out the half for Endicott in pretty good fashion as Regan's kick is up and good. A 36-yard attempt put Endicott up 31-21, up by 10, headed into halftime. Anthony Carter has had a good season so far for the Gulls on kick returns alongside Jake Pelletier, but it would be Carter here to start the second half. Endicott basically got the ball to start both halves as Carter, a nice return, out starting at his own 20, brings it up and into Mariners territory. A 46-yard return for Anthony Carter before he's finally brought down at the Mariners 29-yard line. On third and goal, Drew Frenette in another good position to put Gulls points on the board, looking for Agitzi, gets some space from his defender and in for his second touchdown of the day, 6th on the season. Endicott now up 38-21. Mariners trying to respond. The handoff goes to Fahey. He rushes for a loss of 3, but a loss is a little bit more when he loses the ball. Mike Romanelli forcing the fumble. Another one for the Gulls defense as John Elnager recovered this one. Lavante Wiggins got the nod again here for the rush. Drew Frenette set him up nicely from the gun. Handoff goes to Wiggins out at his own 35-yard line and carries into Mariners territory. That was good for a first down. Back to the Gulls once again. Fakes the handoff to Wiggins. This time, Frenette finds his other big target, Chris Lipscomb. He brings it deeper into Mariners territory. Drew Frenette has a lot of options on this team. Nate Lewis, one of them. He goes in motion, but this time the pass is going to go to probably his fourth option, Jake Pelletier. Good for another first down as Pelletier leaps above some of his defenders. Pelletier wants a little bit more, and he goes in for his second touchdown touchdown of the day. 45-21, Mariners not going away though. Michael Fahey connects with Jacob Doolin deep in their own territory, but Doolin with lots of running space and some speed brings it out beyond the 10 and into the end zone. 86 yards on the touchdown for the Mariners. 45-28. Back-to-back plays here now for Lavante Wiggins. Big fullback for Drew Frenette and the Gulls offense gets the handoff here, brings it up another 11 yards. Again, Wiggins 132 yards on the day. The Wiggins would have one negative as he gets a big rush off for 31 yards. He had the first down, then he coughs up the ball. Colin Joyce recovers it down at the Mariners 1. Mariners get the ball back. Jacob Doolin, he's going to rush for another 19 yards. Mariners had the number one rushing attack in the nation, had over 400 on the day. Mentioned that the Gulls forced quite a few fumbles defensively here. Michael Fahey loses this one, but luckily falls on top of it to secure it for the Mariners. Michael Fahey would rush one more time, losing a fumble again. Endicott recovers it, final one of the day, and that would just set up Drew Frenette for the kneel down as the Gulls move back above 500. 3-2 now on the young season, and the final score, Endicott 45, Maine Maritime 28.